So this is a short video showing you exactly how to use a special strategy to help you gear up super fast. This is not a general gearing guide, rather this will show you how to find some hidden quests and other secret strategies to gear up faster than you would by grinding normally. It is pretty much what I myself do to gear up at the start of a patch, other than any gear-based exploits I might discover. Those tend to get fixed when published, so those usually stay on my Patreon. The key to this strategy is that we will be doing lots of secret, hidden PvP quests that don't require you to fight other players, and are stupidly easy. These quests offer honor and conquest, which can be used to purchase very powerful weapons and armor. Hello, and welcome to Archvelder's Hacks with Archvelder and his amazing hacks. So here in Oribos we have these brokers, and they typically offer a bunch of quests. They vary a bit, but there will usually be either a quest related to random battlegrounds or epic battlegrounds. There will be something for solo shuffle also. Take all of these quests apart from anything to do with arena. Now, we want to queue for and get into the battlegrounds, Wintergrasp and Ashran first. These offer valuable currencies which can be used to purchase powerful weapons and armor without it being necessary to fight any human players at all. When you enter Wintergrasp, you'll see a number of NPCs in front of you offering various quests. The one we are really interested in is No Mercy for the Merciless. Now, this requires you to slay 10 members of the opposite faction, but here's the kicker. There are these NPCs all over the map, and for quest purposes, they count as kills. So you can just rush around killing NPCs and quit if you like, without entering PvP combat at all. You'll get 250 conquest for this, which will put you halfway towards an eye-level 249 cloak, neck or wrist item. This item will scale to 262 in PvP combat. Getting your conquest and completing the quest will only take minutes. I would recommend, however, that you stick around at least until the conclusion of the first battle at the Sunken Ring, as this is a very good indicator of who is going to actually win the battleground. If your faction does win the first encounter, then I would see the battleground through to its conclusion. You can mostly get away with being inside a vehicle if you're really averse to PvP, and 1,000 honor you get from the victory in Wintergrasp quest is well worth having. Now, when you queue for and enter Ashran, again, as with Wintergrasp, there's a hidden quest you can only access inside the battleground, offered by Fura and Ekilam of the Horde and Alliance respectively, called Uncovering the Artifact Fragments. This requires you to provide 50 artifact fragments in exchange for 1,000 honor. Accept the quest and immediately go down into your faction's dungeon and pick up the item Scroll of Town Portal. Now, this quest can be completed almost instantly. Scattered around Ashran are items like chests or this tree stump, which can contain almost as many artifact fragments as the quest requires. The remainder of the fragments you need can be harvested from the NPCs on the outskirts of the map. It should only take minutes at most. Once you've gathered enough fragments, use the Scroll of Town Portal. It teleports you back to your base, allowing you to turn in the quest without running back. There's one more trick you can use in Ashran, and that's if you want to sneak into your enemy faction's base and go into their dungeon. There'll be an NPC there guarding some prisoners of your own faction. Kill the NPC and loot them, and they'll drop a key which will open one of the cages the prisoners are in. When you open the cage, you'll get 150 honor straight away. Now we come to a hidden gem, which is the new solo shuffle feature. Now, this is something people who hate PvP will avoid with a passion, so I should make it absolutely clear that you do not have to do anything at all to get 350 conquest and 1,000 honor. Yes, you heard me right. Blizzard were absolutely desperate for people to try this option, so they are throwing gear at you. You don't have to win or do anything at all, just queue up. The solo shuffle quest requires you to complete 5 rounds. There's actually 6 in a full solo shuffle. Don't expect to win any of them, gear is everything here, although I'm actually very proud I somehow managed to participate in a win on the last round with my useless ilvl 154 gear. But it doesn't really matter either way. You get the quest award for participation, and you get another quest after completing the first for another 175 conquest gear and 500 honour. This time you'll have to complete 15 rounds, which will take you 5 to 15 minutes, depending on what the queue times are like.
Until our next
Now, for those of you with an actual conscience, firstly, what are you doing here? And secondly, for those of you who are concerned about leeching, the mechanics of Soul Shuffle mean that you are switching partners faster than a C-list celebrity with a good publicist. And it all evens out, so no one cares if you are terrible. Indeed, that makes the whole thing faster. Much the same can be done with the Observing War and Observing Battle quests you get from strategist Zereth. You need 1,500 honour from each type of battleground, which is awarded entirely for participation. You don't need to win a single battle. You get honour naturally from other
PvP skill
kills.
isn't necessary but does speed things up.
You can actually get most of the honour you need with a single win. If your faction is not having the best of it, it could take 4 to 5 random battlegrounds or 2 to 3 epic battlegrounds. Finally, there is the World PvP quest Against Overwhelming Odds. This one is Alliance only. It requires you to kill 25 Horde players. Even if you have the gear, it takes a while to find that many Horde players and kill them. So there's a way to cheese it and do it fast if you have a Horde character on the same realm or a willing partner. This can be a Horde character on the WoW account you have. You do not need a second paid account to do this. Take 2 characters to Oribos, right outside the portal to Korthia. The Horde character should be naked. There is a reason for this, I promise. Load up the 2 WoW clients, that's the program which allows you to play Warcraft. Log in on each character and take them through the portal. Don't log out, just switch clients and log in on the other client while the first character is still active. What this does is keep the other character in-game motionless. Take the 2 characters to this graveyard in central Korthia. Log in on the Horde character and switch clients. Have the Alliance character you want to complete the quest kill the Horde character. Log in on the Horde character, release your spirit and wait for the cooldown to resurrect. Then repeat the whole process 25 times. Any instant resurrection ability your Horde character might have, such as the Soul Stone ability my Warlock is using here, will speed up the process. This takes just over half an hour. This is a really fast way to complete the quest and get your 350 conquest, which would normally take hours of grinding, even for an experienced PvPer with good gear. Now for the next quest, A New Deal, you'll need to have unlocked Zereth Mortis. If you don't want to play through the intro, and I believe there's quite a bit of renown to be had, so consider that carefully, you can use the Oribos skip to unlock it straight away. When you've done this, the quest A New Deal opens up at the broker Zozorg. This is arguably the best single quest for gearing in this patch, as not only does it offer you even more conquest, honour and anima, it offers a powerful 249/262 eye level trinket. If you only do player versus environment content, you could easily miss this one, as it has to be completed in war mode. But it is important to understand this is essentially a PvE quest. You accumulate protoplasmic thread from just killing mobs anywhere in Zereth Mortis. Although you can get ganked doing this, mostly other players keep themselves to themselves. I have completed this quest several times without entering PvP combat, and I'm not usually even trying to avoid PvP. When you enter Zereth Mortis, go straight to the Sanctuary Area Haven and use any anima that you might have to buy weapons and armour from the vendor here, to fill in any armour or weapon slots with gear under eye level 226. Note that your anima must first be deposited in your Covenant Sanctum to be usable here. Additionally, your main character can send any excess anima they may have to your ult for a small cut. You may also want to buy this iLevel 233 wrist item from the vendor here if you have nothing better. Now, go and complete the A New Deal quest. It should be fairly straightforward. The only issue is that by definition you are undergeared for this zone and may struggle with large pulls depending on your class. The simplest way to get around this is by just hooking up with any players of your faction that happen to be around and killing anything they attack. There's a cool world quest which is sometimes up, which really helps with this, called Atoma Ops, which gives you 3 relatively strong robots to kill stuff with, which makes this much easier. There are other NPC quests like this, especially in the Zereth Mortis campaign proper, which can help you also. Now, as most of the mainstream guides recommend, you can buy a iLevel 262 crafted piece off the auction house for only a few thousand gold. That's if you don't want to make it yourself. By now you should be well on your way to a full set of gear. From this point onwards, the best way to gear up is the conventional one. Grind dungeons, raids, battlegrounds at arena, and apart from occasional exploits which might appear on my Patreon temporarily, that's going to be it.